Point of View is on. Grab a seat and join our hosts, Kaya Chihambori, Giselle Barbie Royale, Katrina Lee Jones, and Candice Deal. Now welcome the ladies. It's Point of View. Girlfriend. Come on, girl, let's go.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Monday morning.
Y'all look
Smashing.
You as
Yes.
well, darling.
honey.
This evening,
honey
this
blonde over
morning,
here.
whatever time you're joining us, and welcome to Point of View. First, of course, I have to introduce my beautiful co-host, Katrina Lee Jones, the former Miss America, Erica Dunlap, and Giselle Barbie Royale, and they look amazing.
Thank you,
And
darling.
Miss Candice Jill.
Thank you. I love it. I'm always
Yes.
going to let you do it. I love
We
it.
are the host of Point of View.
Okay. So we are going to jump right in with our first story. When I heard it, I was glad the children did what they did, but it could have turned out the wrong way. So an
Yeah.
Army trainee hijacked a school bus full of elementary school students. Thank God no one was hurt, but he ended up releasing them because the children were asking too many questions. So children were being children, and we're glad that they did. But this could have turned out really wrong. So
Bad. Yes, it could have.
Thank God that it didn't.
Yeah. First of all, we got to get assault weapons off the streets because he walked on this bus with an assault weapon. He could have killed all of those children on that bus with one weapon.
Yeah.
And and being a person that we live in Orlando, and I was deeply impacted by the Pulse shootings. I really want this type of stuff to stop. Like I don't understand how a person can walk around in the streets because he
Yeah.
could walk around in the streets with an
He's
assault
fair.
weapon. Because
He's
if had it been someone that looks like us, had it been a black man walking around with an assault weapon, he wouldn't have made it on the school bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that the children. I think the children probably were fearful
Yeah.
and afraid, and I think they were just talking to him out of impulse. Because
Yeah.
I've been in situations like that. I've been in
Yeah.
a situation where I had a gun to my head, and the first thing that I thought was to talk him out of it. That was what I did. I made him think whatever he wanted to think in that moment, whatever I felt like he wanted, I talked him out
Right.
of it.
Trying to talk him down.
Yeah, and it worked. So I think that's what they were doing. They were talking out of fear.
I think
Smart negotiation
Yeah.
tactics on
Yes.
the part because
Yeah.
really they were able to get him to trade his thought process
Yeah.
for whatever
They
it
were
was
getting
that
a
he was
shift.
planning to do.
Right.
They helped him to shift course, which
Yes.
is important but he didn't have any ammo. So
he
that's
didn't
a
have
good
any
thing.
ammo because
Thank
he
God.
was a trainee. He was just gonna get the bus and drive back to New Jersey.
Oh,
he wanted to go
yes.
home. I mean, he was 23, so maybe he thought training was going to be different than what it was. The general said they don't give the trainees any ammo, so he didn't have any ammo
God.
with him. However, I'm glad that the kids did start asking questions and say, he got aggravated because he's 23. Most 23-year-olds don't like kids if they don't have any. They don't. So most 23-year-olds don't like kids if they don't have any.
Right.
So I'm glad it didn't go, but 16 counts and more of kidnapping, poor
Yeah.
thing.
Life ruined.
Poor
Not
Tink
worth
Tink,
it.
23, because he wanted to go home. Why can't he just go to the general and say, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
This is not what I thought it was going to be. Done.
But we take this back to mental health.
Yeah.
How important, not just for the vets that's in, but even the trainees, even for the young recruits that are coming in, because what would make someone so young think of even doing that? 18 children were on that bus, elementary school age. It could have been anyone's kid.
I guess he didn't have good process and thinking that he could just go and tell them he don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah,
And you can leave.
He was probably just, scared of the whole process all around. I know
Right.
several people who have been in the military, gone through
Right.
basic training, and thank you for just dedicating yourself to not only the training and going through the process, but then also giving your life and putting your life on the line. But I think his major issue was just
Right.
that he just didn't have it within him to be able to stand up for himself, and that's what he really needed. But you're right, the mental health part, that clearly is a part of this issue.
Right. Yeah. We continue to make sure that, we watch out for each other, especially when you have kids. I'm glad the kids did speak up. We got to keep on telling our children, ask questions, But we're going to move on to another story. Colorado Republican legislator Richard Holtorf, I hope I'm saying his name right, had the audacity to insult one of the legislative members on the floor by calling them buckwheat because he didn't agree with them saying, okay, we're wrapping up, to hurry up. He went ahead and thought that was okay, and then tried to defend it by saying it was a term of endearment.
No.
Never.
No. It wasn't a term.
Only on the show.
Yeah.
Only on the three. What was it? Not Three Stooges. What was the show?
The Little Rascals.
Little Rascals. That's
And
the only
even
time
then,
it's a term of endearment.
even
And
then
it was a
right.
mockery because they were
course.
doing blackface on Little Rascals back then. Yeah, go ahead.
Insultive.
It is. It's completely out of line. He was completely out of pocket, and there's no way in the world that you can justify this type of language, this type of behavior in 2021, especially after what we went through last year. He knew exactly what he was doing, and he was trying to pull weight, and by pulling weight, doing it with his white supremacy, and based on his last name and the color of his skin, I just don't know if he knows that he's not. He's not all white.
He ain't no purebred
at all.
Yeah, and then listen, the representative Harris said, listen, she tweeted, we have to deal with this damn stuff every day, but we will press on. And she was on TV saying that, you know what, we have to deal with these racist people. She is the head of the Black Caucus in Colorado. She said they say things to them, they do stuff, and they have to deal with it every day, and it has to stop at some point, because I don't think if I was a legislator, I can get up in, my chamber and call another person another name. I probably would be like, oh, well, you getting fined or something needs to be done to you. But these people continue to do this all the time.
And there's no repercussion.
And nothing. And then you're going to say, oh, well, it's a term of endearment to who, fella? Who, fella? I don't know what's wrong with these people. I just say something wrong with them in their mind. They need to go, all of them need to go to a therapist, psychiatrist, or something. Shock them.
Yeah, it was rude.
Yeah,
it was
just
rude and disrespectful.
Yeah, it's
and
crazy.
He said it so comfortably that makes you feel like he's done this before. He's definitely said this before. Hopefully now that they'll deal with him in the appropriate way. We're going to move on and hope he gets whatever he has coming to him. But we have another story. So apparently, Atlanta Mayor Keisha
Lance Bottoms.
I needed to get the whole thing out because I have his.
That's your twin.
all three.
All
three
names. Favor.
Well, she says she is not planning on running for re-election. And I know we have a lot to say about that because she's done so much.
I know Giselle got a
so
lot to
much
say.
in the time that she's been in office.
Yeah. I watched most of her announcement, and what I saw somebody that came into this race and came into this with so many hopes and so many dreams for the city of Atlanta, but she was just faced with so many adversities. Yeah. So much was thrown at this woman from the time she stepped into office. Like just the pandemic, having Trump, now, the cyber attacks on the pipelines. And there's just so many disruptions. She hasn't been able to really focus on making a better Atlanta. And that was what she wanted to do, focusing on poverty and housing, because Atlanta is huge, and it's a huge metropolitan area, and it's constantly growing. But the crime rate has gotten so bad in Atlanta. Like, it's so much she was faced with, and having a Republican governor that it just so many different things. But I'm really proud of her that I think she chose her family in this situation. That's what I saw. I saw, you know what? This is not worth it. I want to be a mother to my children. I want to be a wife to my husband. And because she said, right now, if I ran again, right now, she said I would win, hands down.
Yeah, she would.
She said I still have 70% of the popular vote right now. She's raised all this money right now to run again. Now she's going to return. She's going to offer to return most of the money back to
Right.
her people. But like I think it was a noble thing to do to just say,
think-
you know, to bow out gracefully and say, hey, y'all got this.
I think she chose herself.
yeah.
She said it wasn't about her family. I think she chose herself. And at some point, you have to choose yourself. And
Yeah.
I think that's what she did. She was like, listen, this is not weakness, baby. I'm doing this in
Yeah.
strength.
Yeah.
So I think she chose herself. And she should have.
Especially in positions of leadership like that, I feel like a lot of people don't realize the breadth of what they're taking on. And once you get in there, and she had to, bless her heart, had to deal with this good old boy system that was not supporting
in a
her in
hard
any way.
way.
They were
Nope.
trying to
Yeah.
stop her at every chance they could. And
Every
she did so
one.
much good, and she was
Yeah.
just trying so hard. And how much can you try when somebody keeps on trying to
Right.
stop you?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you know about that.
Yeah.
You
Yes,
ran for
honey.
office.
I did.
Yeah.
So
I did.
you know
And
how
I
it
know
is in
that
these
it's-
Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North
It's
Carolina,
not easy.
Alabama,
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Louisiana, Texas.
And I was
Absolutely.
mad when I
Yeah.
couldn't vote for
South.
you. I didn't. That's when I learned about different things. I didn't know. I was like, why can't I vote for her?
Right. If
Yeah.
you're not
You
particular
I
districts,
was
Yeah.
really mad about it because that you know you have, especially in my community, you have so many people that would have voted and backed you, but we couldn't.
right.
Yeah,
Because y'all ain't
it's
lived
a
in the-
shame.
Right.
Well,
They don't
you
live in
know-
the parameters. of
But
the
you
district.
know what? If you running again, we're all gonna
You
be
got
there.
it.
You
Yeah.
you got
I'm
us.
about to change my zip
I
code.
look,
or
I'm
You
something.
with
got
that.
us. We gotta move. We gotta move. We
Should've
gotta
been
back
bottle.
you. But unfortunately, we gotta move. We'll be right back after this with What's Brewing.
It's on you.
Welcome back. So apparently Little Boosie has a lot to say about women. So he has a problem with women that are getting plastic surgery, and he's trying to tell them that he needs them to look real. But guess what? That's a woman's choice. And it's not up to a man to reaffirm her. She has to come that way and then move on from there. I am not fond of anything he had to say.
You know, I kind of
Nothing.
I kind
I
of
ain't
agree
had no
with
problem
him.
with nothing he had to say.
I
didn't.
kind of
Okay,
agree
you
with
agree.
him. And as sitting at the table, I probably have had the most plastic surgery at the table, and I'm gonna have more. But I agree with what he's saying. He doesn't know how. It's always
It's how he says
his
it.
delivery.
Uh-huh.
It's sometimes it's always
It's
off.
a little
But
off.
I've said the same thing. I see a lot of people going for. Everybody looks like they have the same look now. Everybody want to
Right.
get the same lips. Everybody want to get the same nose, the same butt, the same. You know.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to go for this same look, and it's like, girl, does anybody have like their own mind? So I do agree with him in that aspect. Now, when it comes to referencing plastic surgery for myself, it's a different story because plastic surgery for trans women can be a matter of mental health,
Yeah.
helping with mental health or life or death for some people, you know, getting those feminine features that we desire.
Right.
So, and sure, a lot of trans women have been getting their body done and surgeries
Right.
for years,
Right.
since the 70s and the 80s. So
Yeah.
this is not nothing new for us.
Right.
You know, now the girls catching on to these things now, and now it's kind of making everybody kind of look the same.
The black
Yeah.
girls.
Yeah, it's making everybody look the
other
same.
people been doing it for
They've been
years
doing it
for a
too.
long time.
They've
Yeah.
been doing it for a long time.
You know,
But
it's
we
some-
looking, they're using the same picture.
Yeah,
basically.
I seen a meme on a status on somebody's Facebook or something. They said, I don't want. It was like, I know you're not going to go get a BBL, then going back to the ghetto, then flying back to the ghetto. You know, but it put a lot of things into perspective for me because a lot of people they are breaking
They
their
do
necks
that, yeah.
to get these BBLs and this, but they don't have other things in
What's
order.
a BBL?
I was just gonna say
A
what's the
Brazilian
BBL?
butt lift.
Oh no, ma'am.
Where they do the liposuction,
Yeah.
all the fat out your arms and your stomach and everything, and then they put it in your butt.
And I'm not picking on anyone in particular, and no offense, but I feel like if you need to do all of that, all you really need to do
Right.
is just work out. You need
Yeah.
to get a better nutrition plan. You need to work out harder. You need
Right.
to try harder. There's other ways and means to get your body the way you want it to be.
They ain't gonna give you no
Yeah.
donkey booty now, girl.
No, but
Unless you were born. What you mean?
But you know what?
Some people just skinny.
There's a
I
fitness.
have a big
Have a
butt.
baby.
You got a big.
There's a fitness
That'll
person
help you to get a little
on
down.
Instagram
My son gave
that
it to me.
got the I don't know
Brazilian?
if it's the Brazilian or the injection.
Okay.
And like K Michelle, she went to take it out
Mm-hmm.
and ended up with this horrible scar right in the middle of her butt. So that's really not worth it.
I didn't have a problem with what he said. You know, sometimes our delivery are wrong in a lot of things. I mean, it's just human. Sometimes we do say things wrong, and he's right. Everybody want to have the same face,
same look.
Everybody want to have the same butt. Everybody want to have the same boobs. Everybody want to have the same. I mean, it's just too much. And my thing is, I don't have a problem with the woman getting stuff done. I tell people, if you need to get something done, girl, work on your body because that's your money. I can't count your coins, and I don't know what you're going through mentally. But he is right. It's just too much.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna say any names, but it's like when they get these fillers in their face, and they face start looking like this,
all look
and
the
it's
same.
like
Everyone.
Contour your surgery for you.
Not
don't
what
do the
everyone
same
else looks
thing.
like.
You don't need to take a picture in and say, I want this.
Or none of us at this table need to go and take a picture of Kim Kardashian and say, make
I
my
mean, look
nose
like her.
look like
We
this. No,
wouldn't
stay
know.
in your tribe.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Stay in your tribe of
true.
women. You know, like for myself, like if I'm
That's
gonna go
true.
get some, I'm gonna stay in my Naomi's and whoever.
Be true to you.
I'm gonna stay in that tribe of women and keep me in that range so I can look like the women in my tribe. But now I don't want. I think that's when it starts to look
'cause
crazy.
I don't want to
Yeah.
have my
When people
face
try
so
to look,
full.
black
and you
people
can't
try to
see
get
my
European
eyes.
features, and
Yeah.
you're not supposed to have
See, the
European
bigger problem
features.
too is that it's glorified to look this
For
way.
who?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
on Instagram, you know, so for these girls who are getting all these procedures done, a lot of times they see it over and over as you're flicking down your
Fashion
Instagram
Nova.
time. My goodness, every single Instagram boutique, and no offense to Instagram, but all those Insta boutiques that you buy from, the models all look
the
like
same.
You know, they all have this huge butt, tiny waist. I mean,
Yeah.
even to the extent of just having a baby and feeling that oh my gosh, my stomach has to be so flat. I just had a baby.
Your
Yeah,
stomach
but
can listen
you're
now. Your
doing-
stomach
but
can
you're
be
doing
flat
it.
when you have a baby now. Only thing you do is like my
But not
mama did me.
everybody.
After you have that baby girl, you go to the store, put on a girdle. If you have your husband, whomever, you tell him, hey, bring that with you. And after you have that baby, you put it on because you're telling your body.
I wear mine faithfully.
Oh, because I wear mine
I
too,
have
and my
two of
stomach
them
is
on.
flat, and I have 2 kids.
Because I want to get back to myself.
And it
However,
works.
But you don't need to
Yeah.
wait. You don't need to put so much emphasis on looking a certain way right after you had. But you need to be focused on the
The
connection
baby.
between you and the baby, and not worried about having this tiny little waist. For
Right.
what? You already got the man.
Well,
and
these
the
celebrities,
baby.
these celebrities
I
don't
don't know
have
what's
that
wrong with these
privilege. Because
people.
remember
They
when we
don't.
talked about Keisha Kayor?
Exactly.
She
What was
went.
that?
She said bloop and.
And that was it. And it was
Like, girl,
done.
what?
In 20 seconds.
Yeah, I was like, hey, whoa,
was
witchcraft.
very jealous.
Done. What I don't agree with him on is he's saying, okay, yes, your significant other, they need to motivate you. They need to, but you have to motivate yourself too.
No, this is what he
If
said, girl.
it's in the
He said,
bits.
men motivate your bitches so she ain't feeling like she missing anything. First of all,
Well, still,
his delivery
that's not
once
gonna,
again.
If the delivery is wrong, but it doesn't
Y'all know
matter
they're trying
if
to get
you
them boys.
motivate
They're trying
somebody.
to get them heavy hitters now. Let's not
It
let's not
doesn't-
pretend that these girls not doing all this trying to get these heavy hitters, because these heavy hitters want them to look like Kim Kardashian. These heavy hitters want them to look
That's true.
exotic.
Right.
So don't pretend that these girls not getting all these surgeries for these Birkin bags and doing all
You
this
hear
other
me?
stuff.
Yeah.
You
And
hear
they
me?
need to go to therapy.
But
So
that's
let's not
what I'm
put it out there. So
saying.
we just telling the truth, but everybody don't like the delivery.
The delivery is wrong, but what I'm saying is it doesn't matter. Is they still have to work on themselves. If you get into a
They are.
relationship and your self-esteem is low and you feel like this is what you have to do to keep this man, then you already lost. That's how I feel about it.
attract men
And
who
not-
like itty bitty booty
right.
candies.
And not
girl don't do that.
not everything is going
petite.
under the knife. You don't
Yeah,
have to
no.
go under the
You
knife for
don't.
everything.
You do
I
not.
did. Look, I'm so proud of my chin. I did the cold sculpting. I lift every direction. Everything doesn't have to go under the knife. I'm afraid of the knife. For
I'm
me,
not.
I'm not doing it. But there's other ways to do it safely.
It is.
Safely.
They
You
ain't doing
don't
it, though.
have to
Don't
murder
risk your life to
body.
get this image.
Yeah.
To get this image.
Not for a
It's
man.
not
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah.
It's
He'll
definitely
leave
not
you and
worth
be on
it.
to the next
Yeah.
one with another big
Yeah.
booty or a smaller booty. Then you're gonna be really mad.
Yeah.
If your man leaves you for a girl with a smaller booty and you just went to go and get all the surgery done, I would be
That's
livid.
sad. Yeah, that's sad. You can't give it back.
Oh my God.
You
That
can't give
I
it
think
back.
if he works on his delivery, I think sometimes he
Child.
does bring up valid conversations that need to be had.
Oh, street authority.
Right.
You know, yeah, but,
He ain't finna bring. What y'all want? How y'all want him to say it? Listen, ladies.
guess what?
Say it like a love song.
Girl, bye. Boy, say it like
it's
you
when
want
it's a
to say
lot-
it. Everybody
when
got a problem. Everybody's so sensitive.
I
Everybody's so
understand.
soft.
But why
say it how
he
you want to
why
say
he worried
it.
about what we doing with our bodies? You can go work on that skin.
And that face.
Listen.
that
Thank
you gotta
you.
look your
Thank
eyes
you.
always look jaundiced.
Yeah.
You know, you can go get your teeth done. You know, I like to see a dark skin man with nice teeth.
Yeah.
You know, and not gold. So it's some self-improving things that you can do too, Boosie. All right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
He
That was
can.
a good couple.
Well, there you have it. I mean, it's that simple. Just, you know what? Let people live. If they want to do it, they do it. They have to be the one to follow the consequences of whatever that decision comes with, however it's made, unfortunately. So we have to cut for a commercial, and we'll be right back after this.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm your girl, Katrina Lee Jones, and we are about to have a cute little style check. We are going to talk about the Met Gala, like what it is, where it comes from, what they're doing, and all the stuff. And the ladies are going to help me with that today. So our first thing, it is September 13th of this year. And you can say Met Ball or Met Gala, you know, tomato, tomato. You know how everybody always say that. And the theme is American fashion this year. But Giselle is going to tell us a few things about it as well.
Well, yeah,
What you got, girl?
I learned a few things about the Met Gala because I really only used to just watch it just to see the red carpet. But there will be a red carpet this year.
Yes.
And the theme this year is American fashion. And I'm interested to see that because we have all these young kids that are over it. And I see representation of Black, I see white, I see Asian presence. American is all inclusive. It should be all inclusive.
It should be.
Yeah, it should be. So I think we're going to see a lot of political statements this year with fashion. I think they're going to make a lot of political statements.
I'm ready
fashion
too.
this year. Yeah, me too.
I can see a lot of Black designers are probably going to be featured, and the come up, the glow up is going to be very real.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited about that because I'm going to see. I just believe that we're going to see the new generation of designers, and not even the new, but the under-celebrated Black designers are probably going to get a chance to have a platform this year.
And the themes are this year too. Well, what's the exhibit going to be this year?
So it's American Lexicon of Fashion, and the other one, I don't remember.
Anthropology.
Anthology
of fashion. Well, that's wide open, and I love the way Miss Anna does that because she leaves it up to the person's interpretation, their stylist, their team.
Right.
Because you know, Cardi B, my best friend, always go out.
And Anna's being honored, correct?
Well, she's the co-chair.
Okay.
She's always the honorary co-chair.
Okay.
Her, Tom Ford, they're usually co-chair because Tom is the president now.
Oh, that's good. And then the theme this year is American.
Yeah,
American fashion. So we'll be able to see a lot of probably urban looks, a lot of diversity, like we said, but just really fun, different outfits, different put together. I'm excited to see that. I love the Met Gala, like you said, the elaborate gowns, but I feel like this year we're going to see a whole lot different.
Yeah, and everybody
spin.
should. Yeah, I think so. And
Yeah.
everybody should know that this is the equivalent to the Oscars for people that are in
Absolutely.
fashion.
Absolutely.
yeah.
And people wonder, how do you get invited to that? The designers invite you. So that means if you know a Christian Siriano, you know a Brandon, you know Tom Ford, Gucci, you know, all those people, they invite their people, and then their people invite their people, and that's how the tables are full. And they make a lot of money, too.
Now,
They
where
raise
is
a lot
it?
of money.
Where is?
It's in New York.
It's
at the
always in New
Metro.
York.
It's always in
Manhattan.
New York at the Metropolitan
Museum of
Museum
Art.
of Art.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
being that it's American fashion, like if you were invited, like what would you have in mind to wear? I instantly went to thinking in my mind, like what would I want to wear if I was invited?
I don't know.
I would
Really?
like to do like street glamour, you know,
Yeah.
something that's really reflective of all things America,
Right.
the good, the bad, the ugly.
I like
think that
that.
would be really, but with rhinestones, lots and
Right.
lots of rhinestones and diamonds and all that.
To be honest with you, I don't know what I would want to wear. I would have to have a
Oh, I
whole
do.
team.
Oh, I do.
What?
Work
What's that?
out. Yeah.
I would want someone like Bob Mackie or
yes.
to make me something that was very Native American that would celebrate Native Americans. Like I would want a gown.
Okay.
I mean, the feathers, the paint, the bones, I would really want to do bone straight hair,
that would be
very
gorgeous.
Pocahontas to celebrate where America started.
Right.
Me, I would want.
You know,
I would
could
have
see
to
that.
most definitely pick a black designer to do my dress because there are some bad ones out there. People like, I would have to go black and like it's gonna be formal. Yes, it's formal and American independence, and you know I am going to bring it, and I would be very controversial. Yeah, I would be very controversial. Oh yeah, absolutely. Ooh, absolutely. Honey, they'll be talking about me for 6 months. Oh yeah, I would be very controversial.
So you gonna
I
come
know
out with
that.
a cotton ball dress?
Yes,
Listen, I would. I
know
would
you
be,
would. A
I would
cotton
be.
ball dress.
You know that.
And get something in our tell them make some shoes out of cotton paper or something like that. I would be very controversial. It's about American independence.
Yeah.
Well, it's
So
an
what about
artistic
black people?
expression.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And they leave room open for that. But you know, hey, that's all we have for fashion news. I'm excited for the Met Ball and the Met Gala. You know, we might get an invite, honey.
One day,
Yeah.
we
And
don't
that
know.
team
We're
be
sticking
working,
it in.
baby.
Wait for it.
Listen, we're not gonna hold our breath, honey, because we're special at this table. But we're gonna move on to some trends. Yeah, we don't have to hold our breath. Oh, we in it to win it over here, baby. But we're gonna go into some trends and listen. I don't know what's wrong with these young people, honey, because these ain't trends for the classy ladies, honey, because these some ugly ones. But we're gonna get right into the first one. I know I already gave it away a little bit.
Young girl nails.
Oh.
I like that.
Acrylic pepperoni pizza nails. This is a bunch of mess. And y'all know I love my graphics. Y'all know I like my, because I call my nails Rich Nails Girl. Because my girl, she expensive. But honey, she have these hands looking beautiful. Y'all know that's why I talk with my hands.
You know, I like the way people are expressing themselves nowadays. It just
We ain't
makes
gotta like it though.
it just makes things so much fun. Like,
Where are you going to work?
Well,
The
that's
pizza nails. Are you
different.
working at Papa John's?
well, that's different.
Are you working
yeah.
at
First of all, she
Marco's?
won't be able to
You
wait
ain't working at
for
You ain't working at POV. I can tell you that. Say that right now.
You ain't working at this
Not
table.
at this
with
table.
nails.
She ain't gonna do it. Oh my goodness.
Shade she throwing, shade
But
tree.
really, where are you working
Our
with
shade
these
tree
nails?
is not
You
here.
can't
You picking
even
up the
get-
table?
You
Hey,
can't
Kaya.
even grasp anything. I just want to know with these young girl nails, how do you take care of your hygiene? I'll put it that way. I need to know. Even just, getting something out of your eye, or your ear.
No,
or-
girl, putting a
It's so
card in
hard.
the ATM and trying to pull it back out.
Seriously.
Paying for your
Impossible.
gas.
You need to have a little tweezer.
And
with
don't
you.
drop anything on the floor. You look like an idiot trying to
Yeah,
pick
no.
trying
it's
to
a no
grab
for me.
it.
It's a no for me
much.
too. I had
It's too
already
much.
said no before we even started.
I like to see the little young girls with it. I do. I like to see
From
the
a
young
distance,
girls
we
with
may
it.
not know that it's supposed to be a pizza.
Yeah,
It'll just
you
like
would.
colors, but definitely no.
It'd
Don't
be
do
more
it.
impressive if you could eat the pepperoni. Like if I could be
It's
involved.
some out there like that.
I'm just saying, if
Don't
I could
play.
be involved in this, then
Listen,
if I
I've
could
seen
smell
some
nails
nails.
it and it would help me to get through
I've
breaks
seen some
at
nails
work.
where the girl had like Hennessy drinks on there, and she was like this. Oh, I have. Oh my God,
That's not even worth it.
But they have some that have the fishes now. The extra
a
little
mess.
moving things inside
It's a
of
mess.
it. It's
I'm
a
telling
lot.
you.
It's a
All
lot.
right,
Too
we're gonna go
much.
over to our. I call this my AD, but uniliner looks. Y'all know who AD is? For the Lakers.
No, I'm not for it.
No, ma'am.
I'm not here for it. I'm not
No,
here
this
for
is
it.
Halloween.
Them baby
That's a
lips
lot.
full though,
I'm
honey.
not here for it. Mm-mm.
I don't know. We
That's
should
a
let our
lot.
makeup artist do us like that.
No.
That's a lot.
She wouldn't.
No.
She would never do this.
She could
No,
do it though.
no,
She
she
can
would.
do it, but she
She
would
likes
never.
that artsy, artistic type stuff, so she'll play around and do this, but
Yeah.
she better not put it
It's
on
not
me.
allowed.
Yeah.
It's a look.
Not at this table, huh?
It's a look for a moment. It's not a look for
Every day.
It's not an everyday look. So please don't impart this in your daily routine.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
Look at this. Look at my face.
Yeah, this is that. I agree. Our producer said this is carnival. Now you would see this in Jamaica. Carnival,
For that.
carnival,
Sure.
But not
dance,
for a trend.
but not on the streets. Don't do it.
I say these, like I said,
Yeah.
these young girls are just
Doing
want to be
everything.
different.
They're trying it,
and they're
yeah.
just doing too much. No, they're not trying, honey. They are doing the
They're
most.
succeeding.
No,
But
they
we are
trying,
going
'cause
to
this
move
is a
on
try.
to one of the trends that has been happening all over TikTok. Y'all know I love TikTok, so you know I done synced all of these, honey, and I love every. I can't do it. 70s look, honey. Fair
I love
Fawcett.
it.
Yeah.
It's promoting. It's for me.
Bring
I
it.
like it because it's like it's promoting healthy
Natural hair.
Yes.
Like
Classic,
Boosie was
honey.
saying.
Yeah.
Look classic, honey. That is going to last you a long time. I just posted
And I'm, you know what?
pictures.
And the girl, the girl on the side, she did it 1st, and then the black girls were like, you know what? You know we have
got
hair
to
like
do
that
it.
too.
Absolutely.
And you're not too far from it.
Come on,
Hey,
somebody.
go ahead,
You hear me?
flash it for
I just
us.
posted this picture of my mom in
hair was
1974,
like that.
and her hair was full and like that, and
Yeah.
healthy and gorgeous, and she was a foxy old son of a gun. Oh my goodness, she was something
Look at you being
else.
that country girl. now.
Yes, honey. But I
love your
really
hair
love
too
this
today.
look. I am a fan.
Yeah.
I think that this Farrah Fawcett-ish look and these. Oh, it's just so beautiful.
It is.
I love full hair. The higher the hair, the closer to God, baby. And so I'm
And
a
it's
fan.
pretty.
Yeah, and it's
You
Beautiful.
believe that, honey?
Giving the
Sometimes
girls
I done
the-
seen
the-
that hair
the-
big on you, baby.
It's
You
telling the
believe
girls
that.
that they can come out of those lace fronts too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like
That
we
same
hide
look.
behind. I got on my lace
Yeah.
right now, but I will. Yeah, but y'all know I will come from about of my lace. Come from out of them
Yeah.
laces and take care of your hair and enjoy the hair that grows from out of you. You know.
Yeah,
And
that-
it's such a sexy,
Yeah, that's
youthful
good.
Yeah.
look. It's so pretty.
yeah.
I think they should do it more.
I
do.
love it.
I
So
wear-
the thing is, with her today, she's giving us full
Yes.
Yeah,
Farrah
I'm
Fawcett
loving
today,
it.
and
I love
I am loving it, girl, because you
Yeah.
look classy,
And the
beautiful.
color.
This like your Miss
And the
America
color.
picture to 2.0.
Yes. You
So
are
the
very
friends-
giving
I
us
took that-
Diane Carroll.
Yes,
That-
we are all about the Diane Carroll over here, honey.
Yeah. So you
all
you
about the
got-
Dominique Devereaux. I used to wear an afro wig too, and my afro was just
remember
the
That's what I
symbol
said.
of
Close to
it. Just
heaven.
was sexy. People
Yeah.
loved it. People wanted to touch it. Every once in a while, I let a couple people touch it.
Oh, child.
But I'm just saying, it was that 70s look. It will always be a winner.
This
Yeah.
one. All right. Well, that's all we have for Style Check, but she is giving us full Farrah Fawcett today. And Farrah Fawcett probably took that from her sister. But anyway, I'm just going to end it with that, and we'll be right back.
It's on you.
Thank you for coming back to Mind, Body, and Soul. And we're asking the ladies, all of us, and this is going to be interesting, what challenges have you faced that made you stronger?
Do we have enough time?
We don't
That part.
Oh,
We don't
but look
have
at that
that part.
beautiful picture.
Or the most
Look at
significant
that.
one. The most significant.
Oh, wow.
Jeez, so many.
Oh,
You
it's-
got to think, huh?
I would say all of my
Yeah.
losses for sure, whether it was a loss of a person or a
Right.
loss of, I ran for office, I lost that. That helped me to be a little stronger because I knew I wasn't going to die in the process, quite literally. Several years ago, I mentioned before, my lover at the time committed suicide. That definitely made me stronger because I had to get over, walking in and seeing him in a completely different way than I left him. And so that was devastating, and that was the hardest thing I think I've ever been through, but it certainly helped me to just realize that tomorrow's not promised,
Yeah.
and it's important to love on the people that you love, and just show love, period. Be kind to yourself,
Yeah.
be kind to other people. You don't know what they're going through.
Right.
And so I've had to learn through my losses more than
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
that's
So
good.
we had quite a few.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm glad you got through that too.
Yeah, man.
Because I know that was tough for you.
Very tough.
Yeah, that was tough for you. For me, man, I say light every day.
Every day.
This girl goofy about everything.
You say wearing that bright yellow, you can't just be somber.
No. Who,
You
me?
got it. You wearing that bright
Somber?
yellow, you can't be somber. You have to make it light.
Yeah.
No, I'm
you
telling you.
did.
I'm telling you. I tell people all the time. I've been through some things in my life,
Yeah.
and you would never know unless I shared it with you. Because with the way I grew up, my mom always used to say to us, like, you're gonna have issues, things are gonna happen, but you don't ever wear that on your sleeves, and you don't ever take it outside. The whole world doesn't have to know what you're going through. You have your family, you have your friends or whatever that you can really, talk to. I mean, because it's like, I got divorced. I mean, I left my ex in 2015. But like I was saying, I was talking this morning. I'm like, I ain't gonna go into detail because at the end of the day, that's still my kid's dad. So I mean, I don't want, and it's his TV. You know what I'm saying? So it was very challenging. I was married for 16 years, and I've known him over half my life. And through that marriage, I've learned a lot of things, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, that I know that I want to carry on to the next thing. So I've had a lot of challenges. And for me, like you said, I've been through those challenges because you know what? I say, well, I got to make it through. I have no choice. So that means I laugh a lot. My personality is crazy. And it's like, you know what? That happened today. Oh, my car ain't working today. Let me go take this car over here to this man because somebody going to have to fix it.
Yeah,
And that's just what I do. I just push through it. And it is difficult sometimes. I do get frustrated. I do have some bad days. I will call somebody like, listen here, y'all. I'm about to feel like I'm just coming to have the breakdown. Can y'all help me, please? And I have a therapist on dial too. So let's not get it twisted. I ain't seen him in a while, but he's in my phone. And if I need him, he told me I can always call him. So I just go through my challenges. I'm just real.
Yeah.
Because life is tough. People be out here in these streets. They be like, girl, everything ain't peaches, baby. Life is tough in these streets. And you got to know how to get
You
through
get
it.
dressed up, and we we have these public lives to an extent.
Yeah.
It's almost as if people don't expect that
Yeah.
we've
To go
gone
through
through
anything.
things, and people
Yes.
think that she's always so picture perfect.
Together.
Yeah, well, I
And
have
we
to
go
put
through the
myself
most.
together so that I don't
The
fall
most.
apart.
We go through the most.
Yeah.
You said it right, Giselle.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think for me, if I had to think about one thing, was when I went through having Bell's palsy. I literally woke up one day and I had a small pain behind my ear, and then the next thing you know, I was literally on FaceTime with a friend, and my face went like this.
Wow.
And my whole side of my face was completely paralyzed. I couldn't control my eye.
Wow.
I couldn't control fluids from my mouth. Like it was, I couldn't do what I love to do, and that is entertain and lip sync. I couldn't do those things anymore.
Wow.
Like it was bad.
Yeah.
And I was getting ready for a really huge competition, so I know it was stress related. I was getting ready for Miss Continental, and I just kept going. I kept going. I kept praying. I went to the doctor. They gave me what they could give me to assist me with it. And I just kept going, and I kept doing my massage and exercises and things like that. And I have a lot of friends that have went through it, and they didn't recover. Like that, you can still
because some
you can still look at them.
You can still see in her face.
You can still see it.
And this was 10, 15 years ago.
Mine was bad. It was really tight. It was really bad. And I went to the competition. And making a long story short, I went to the competition, and the day of final night, my face started twitching.
Oh wow.
It started twitching
Going back into place.
while my makeup artist was doing my makeup. And I said,
my
wow.
God.
So I said, somebody's praying for me. I said,
I was
somebody's
about
praying
to
for
say
me
that.
right
You
now.
pray for yourself.
I did. But in that moment, I could feel that somebody, I'm sure it was my mom, but I knew somebody was praying for me, and just things just started to just tink, and I'm 100% recovered from it.
And in that chair, just like that.
Yeah, and
Girl.
I look at, it's just so, that made me stronger, and it made me appreciate
Right.
being able to lip sync.
Right.
Being able
Right.
to smile,
Yes.
being able to just have a normal
Conversation.
face.
Because it changes your body and
yeah.
everything else.
Oh my
Oh
God.
yeah, you know, prayer
and
too
look
now.
at-
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not forget about that, honey.
But there's
Because Jesus
power
is
in
you
belief,
now.
and you had a belief,
Yeah.
and you
That
you were
kept
gonna
massaging, you kept working it, and you believed, and you kept going
Yeah.
and getting ready for your competition.
And I won.
And you won.
You did.
Look,
I
and you
won.
overcame.
And my daughter and I saw
Yeah.
you on the YouTube, girl. We looked at it. I
Beautiful.
said,
And let me tell you, even the preliminary nights, like my face was so tight. I was
Right.
like, I didn't feel like myself. I was like, how am I going to lip sync this talent? And I said, God, if you get me through these preliminary nights, I got
Right.
something for final night, because I knew I didn't have to lip sync that final night, because
Wow.
I sung live for my final night talent.
And look
your
at how
face
you
first.
changed.
Yeah, but I knew, I was like, if I can just get through prelim night, I got
Yeah.
something for him, and I won.
That's
but,
amazing.
So,
yeah. Got some
That's
form.
amazing. I don't know. I think I have too, but I think for me, my biggest is when I got pregnant at 19 and became homeless. I think that taught me a lot about myself, about being resilient, about being a mother first, because in that time, it was about protecting my son when we were out there. So I think that was one of the challenges early in life that kind of formed my resilience to overcome things, and also rejection. Rejection has definitely formed me because you get it enough till you get to a point where you have to build up in yourself that I don't care anymore. Not just to put that wall up, but to realize how people view you really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. And you get to that point only by facing those rejections head on. So I think those two things out of everything has molded me the most. Especially the rejection.
It made you stronger.
Though.
Make you stronger.
So much stronger. And how to better deal with situations too. Do you know what I mean? Because if you're always a person who wants to help, you're also the person who gets rejected a lot. And I didn't allow it to change me. I continue to just be the same person. You know,
I just
was
want to
the
look
same
like this
person.
young
Yeah, I
lady.
want her hair, but you know what?
I want her teeth,
I'm glad
her
that
skin.
I'm glad you
And the
said
colors.
that too. I know we have to go.
Beautiful.
I always tell people too, you always need to have a higher being or whatever you believe in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that will most definitely help you through your challenges.
Absolutely.
And people need to understand that there's something bigger than you that you need to believe in, other than you just think that you waking up and you just going about your day. So, and that has helped me too. So I always tell people, y'all know, honey, I believe in Jesus over here. And that has helped me for sure. That's why I can be silly through all this pain, honey. I can.
We got,
I'm telling you.
I agree.
So goofy.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you.
You got to believe in something bigger than yourself. But we'll be right back after this with Girlfriend's Guide. You don't want to miss it. Here we go. Welcome back with Girlfriend's Guide. So we're asking the question, is it okay and for him to half love you? So I guess we're asking the question is it okay to settle? Because if someone half loves you, that means you're not being accepted wholly and fully for who you are. So is that okay?
How you know you're being half loved?
Oh, you know.
When you're not being
You know.
fully loved.
Fully loved.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Why does he half love you? I would say because you're letting him.
Oh,
You know, and as again, the great philosopher and poet Cardi B would say,
That's my best friend.
I'm just saying,
I'm with you. That's my
we
best
need to have some of
friend.
this street wisdom because these girls are teaching these younger young ladies very straight up. And you know, we had Betty Wright, and we had Anita Baker. They were singing it to us and softly getting us through our heartaches. But the truth is that a man will only do what you allow.
Yeah.
That's good.
Point blank, period. And not just a man, anybody, but men will definitely, if you don't keep them on a short leash, then they will always be running about, my dear. So you need to keep him on a short leash. And if he doesn't love you fully and he doesn't fully appreciate you and who you are and what you bring to the table, then you need to move on. There's nothing. There's no reason to stay with someone who is not giving you everything you need.
Yeah,
That's
good.
I think in my
Facts.
case, y'all know my love life is all over the place, in and out, up and down, girl, boy, purple, blue, like it is. But if I had to reference a situation to this question, why does he half love you? I would reference it to my first love, which I talk about all the time. I feel like he wholeheartedly loves me as a person, definitely, and as a friend. But I think halfway, if I had to say half love when it comes to intimacy, it would be because his desire is for someone that looks like him.
Oh, wow.
And that's just the bottom line to it. And
matter of the fact.
It's just all it is to it. And I've had to learn to accept that because I'm not on that spectrum of
you're not there anymore.
This is me. And so, in accepting that, I've had my ups and downs, and I've suppressed it and buried those feelings for a long time. But I had to dig them up again and go through and feel that same hurt again to be able to move on from it and say, hey, you know what? It's okay. You can still be my friend. I'm still going to have that same love for you and support for you. I just realized that you like guys, and that's okay.
Yeah. And I think when I looked at the question, I was thinking at how some Americans say, well, I'd rather have a half a man, not one at all.
Oh,
ma'am.
But I'm just saying, come on now, y'all.
No, that's a dog. If you
People
get half a man,
Girl, I almost cussed just then. I almost cussed just then.
because the other half is in the streets.
But people don't.
Yeah.
Unless
Do-
they
do
have
women
putting some
not-
money in my hand.
I'm
Now,
just
I'll
saying,
take that off a man.
I don't even want you with that.
Do
If you
women
gonna
not
give
say
me-
that though?
They do.
Oh, okay.
Especially in the South, they definitely
Yeah,
do.
women say that.
I've heard
I don't-
aunties
I've never
say
heard
stuff
that.
like that. I've
Yeah,
heard
women
cousins
say
say
that.
stuff
They
like
say
that.
it.
And I've watched people not have a full commitment out of somebody for 15 years, but they still showing up together to all the family functions,
Child.
but they're kind of in and halfway out. You're one
And he
foot
got
in
two
and
other
4
women
toes
or
out.
something like that, a whole
no,
other
thank
family.
you. No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
he
I'm
half
like,
loves you also because he half loves himself. And that's another thing we're not considering is that a lot of people are just not anywhere near whole. You know, and we're not all whole. You
No.
know, it takes time to
Right.
develop and to be
Absolutely.
settled. But a lot of people, especially men, they're so busy trying to get money and they're trying to advance in their careers that they're not really thinking about the personal romantic side and how to be vulnerable to love.
Right.
And so he half loves himself and he's definitely only gonna quarter love you.
Yeah, I
maybe,
definitely don't want
maybe
half.
he half love you because you don't fully
Love
love
yourself.
yourself.
That part.
Yeah, so there's a lot of evaluation that needs to go on, people.
No, yeah, and I'm
It's
with
not
you.
all him.
And that's why I say
Yeah.
it's not all
Necessarily.
him. And I think too, as women, we need to know that we take part in this stuff as well, because he's only going to do what you allow. And then how are you going to expect a man to love you fully? Just like Jill said, when you don't love yourself fully.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you say, oh, you want him to be whole, and you're like, girl, you ain't even whole.
Because some people
Yeah.
look for people.
So,
Some people look for people
to make them
complete
whole.
them.
And that's
I
not
hate
it.
that. I always hated that
I've
saying,
been
you
there.
complete me.
I've
No,
been there.
no.
No, I've been there,
can't do that.
definitely. But at this stage in life, if you complete me, then
Then you not. Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
I have to.
Because if you leave,
then
I
what?
might-
Then
I-
half of you leave.
then you just half for the rest of your life.
I always say this.
You
are
incomplete.
not ready to be in a relationship or marriage if you're not able to say, what am I bringing to the table? Because if you're not saying what am I bringing and just what he's bringing, then we're both amiss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm sure I've been half loved and probably
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
realize that's what it was.
Lord.
And kind of, you know what I mean? Oh, but he likes this and he doesn't like that. But what I realize is a lot of people get into relationships, the hurt is there, but they don't take the time to heal. And then someone comes right behind that and
Get
they're
another
measuring that person based on who just hurt them. So now subconsciously you're trying to mold someone into something they're really not.
We do that.
You know?
A lot of men and women do that.
Absolutely doesn't make it okay.
I do that.
But because we're
Yeah.
always trying to change a man to fit,
Yeah, we do
or
that.
change him into
Right.
what we think he should be. I can't remember the movie,
Right.
but it was Bobby Brown, and this woman was like making him into a better man in this movie, and it was like, why are you focusing
remember
on
that.
him?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Was
really-
that DVD?
No, girl.
Oh.
It was an actual movie, and I have to remember it. But I remember it was the girl who used to play on Steve Harvey's show. What's her name?
How to play that game. Or
Yeah,
two
Two
can play that game.
I think
Two
that
can
was
play
okay.
that game.
Yeah.
Two can play that game.
Yeah, and she
Yeah,
was
yeah.
making him into a better man. Then he got good
left.
and he left her.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
And so sometimes we are working on a project.
Yeah.
And some of us, you know, I have been a
Some people
project
need that
person.
guidance, though. Some people need that guidance. I mean,
Sometimes
sometimes
they
it
need
takes
to pay
Yeah.
you. You need to be their stylist.
I heard what she said. She said she had some projects.
I've had projects.
I think we both had. Yeah.
It's nothing wrong because some men
Yeah.
didn't have a great relationship with their mother. Some people need that extra push. I mean, I reference Jay-Z and Beyonce a lot. I mean, he took her to higher heights. He really did.
Yeah.
He helped her step into that womanhood and separate from that daddy's little girl and show her how to.
You don't think she went from
different
one daddy to the
arena.
next?
She did. But that's all right.
But a different kind of daddy.
Yeah, different
I
kind
don't care
of
about
daddy.
no, I don't care nothing about
Different kind
that.
of
I mean, the
daddy.
truth is the truth.
The beehive is getting all wrapped
Yeah,
up.
oh, I know
The
she probably
beehive is
listen.
starting.
I like Beyonce and what she's accomplished, but she went from one dad to the next. I mean, we all want to keep it real. That's what it is.
But that-
I mean, it's a
But
different.
she
But she
grew.
went from one dad to the
She
next.
grew. That was my
Right.
point. She grew.
And I
She
would like-
has.
I want my man to guide me. I want him to be able to,
He's
to
supposed
be
to.
a leader
Yeah.
and to be self-disciplined and to be able to show me something more than I can show myself through reading
Right.
and through
Yeah.
my own education. So
Yeah.
I applaud Jay-Z and Beyonce's
Yeah.
glow up
it's
together.
good. I mean, it's good.
like
She's elevated now because their
Yeah.
money is growing and they're going to a
Yeah.
whole
But they're
different
helping
level.
each other.
They're going to
Yeah.
a whole different
Yeah.
level in this world.
But that just
Right.
was an example of just like,
Yeah.
just somebody helping you not
Grow.
because if they separate, they're
Level
both
up.
going to be whole. He's
Right.
still going to be Beyonce. I mean,
She's still gonna be out.
She is.
Something like that.
Yeah. It's all right. It's all right.
they intertwine. They're still going to be rich. It don't matter, child.
No, they will.
Wealthy.
Yeah.
They wealthy.
They're
You're
more
right.
than rich.
Great.
Well, all this love talk.
Aw.
I'm ready to go home to my love. But we got to leave you today. That's our show for today. But I'm going to leave you with this thought. God is love, and love is beautiful. Whether you experience it today or tomorrow, don't run from it. Embrace it. And we will see you tomorrow right back here.
It's calling you.